7 things God wants you to do. Open immediately, my beloved child. Freeze your scrolling finger right now, for God has urgently paused your timeline to deliver a checklist of 7 divine commands that you must execute immediately to unlock your next season. You are not seeing this by accident. You are seeing this because you have been praying for a change, but you have been unknowingly blocking it by doing the exact opposite of what the universe requires. If you scroll away now, you are essentially throwing away the map just as you entered the maze. The angels are screaming that the first thing God wants you to do is to silence your plans. The reason this is number 1 on the list is that God has detected a spiritual leak in your life. You have been sharing your dreams, your next move, and your financial goals with people who are secretly praying for your failure. God is revealing that your oversharing has given the enemy the blueprints to sabotage you before you even begin. The shock comes from the realization that the very person you confided in yesterday is the one currently sending evil-light energy toward your progress. You must stop speaking immediately. God is saying that your next miracle requires incubator conditions, total darkness and silence to grow. If you skip this video, you will continue to feed your enemies with information. But if you stay, you learn how to move in stealth mode, where no weapon formed against you can prosper, because they won't know where you are. Something huge is waiting for you in the revelation of the second command, a specific action involving the past that you must take before the sun sets today. God wants you to know that there is a physical object in your house that is anchoring you to a timeline of pain, and you need to find it. Do not disconnect, for the instructions on how to identify this cursed anchor are coming up next, and removing it is the only way to release the brakes on your blessing. Hold on, for the cleaning process has begun. My awakened soul, do not move a single muscle, for we are unlocking the second command, which is the golden key to your mental freedom, and to scroll away now is to choose the cage over the sky. The angels are revealing that the second thing God wants you to do is release the debt. You are holding on to a deep, silent grudge against a specific person who betrayed you in the past. You think your anger is punishing them, but God is showing that this anger is actually a spiritual tourniquet cutting off the circulation of your own blessings. If you skip this video, you keep the poison inside you. But if you stay, you learn that forgiving them is not about saying they were right. It is about evicting them from your head so your mind can be filled with new ideas and wealth. The reason this step is non-negotiable is that your hands are too full of old pain to catch the new blessings dropping right now. To physically signal to the universe that you are dropping this heavy stone and opening your hands to receive, I ask you to subscribe to the channel and share this video with someone who needs peace. By doing this, you are creating a chain reaction of healing. The angels are watching. This simple act of sharing is your declaration that you are ready to be light, free, and open for business. Do not hesitate, for the moment you hit that button, the heavy weight on your chest begins to lift. Something huge is waiting for you in the revelation of the third command, a shocking truth about your morning routine that is secretly sabotaging your day before it even begins. God wants you to know that there is a specific thing you look at within the first 5 minutes of waking up that is acting as a curse on your productivity. Do not disconnect, for the next part reveals exactly what this item is, and removing it will change your luck instantly. Hold on, for the secret to a miraculous morning is coming up. My chosen vessel, listen closely, for God is highlighting the most critical window of your entire existence, the first 300 seconds of your day. And to scroll away now is to invite chaos into your morning before your feet even touch the floor. The third thing God wants you to do is starve the distraction. The angels are revealing that the moment you wake up and immediately grab your phone to check notifications or news, you are drinking a digital poison that paralyzes your spiritual power for the next 12 hours. God is screaming that your brain is in a theta state upon waking, a direct line to the divine, but you are clogging this channel with other people's drama. If you skip this video, you will continue to wake up drained and anxious. But if you stay, you will learn that reclaiming these 5 minutes is the secret to commanding your day rather than surviving it. The reason this command is urgent is that the enemy waits for you at your bedside scream. God is revealing that the anxiety you feel by noon actually started at 7 a.m. when you unknowingly absorbed a negative headline or a stressful email. The shock comes from the realization that you have been handing over the steering wheel of your life to strangers on the internet before you even say thank you to the Creator. You must stop this habit immediately. God is saying that if you give Him the first 5 minutes in silence, in gratitude, or in deep breathing, He will give you a supernatural shield of calm that no workplace stress can penetrate. You are special because you are called to be a creator of your reality, not a consumer of everyone else's noise. Something huge is waiting for you in the transition to the fourth command, a specific financial instruction that goes against everything you have been taught about money. God wants you to know that your wallet has been stagnant because you are holding on to your resources too tightly out of fear. Do not disconnect, for the next part reveals the specific act of release that triggers a sudden influx of funds. Hold on, for the secret to unlocking the flow of abundance is about to be placed in your hand, and it requires a leap of faith. My guarded soul, do not look away, for we have arrived at the fourth command, the financial paradox. And to scroll away now is to squeeze your hand shut so tight that God cannot put anything new inside it. The fourth thing God wants you to do is give what you think you lack. The angels are revealing that you have been operating from a scarcity mindset, believing that you must hoard every penny to survive. But God is screaming that this fear is the very dam blocking the river of your wealth. If you skip this video, you remain in the cycle of just enough. But if you stay, you will understand the spiritual law of circulation. Water that does not flow becomes stagnant and poisonous. God is asking you today to perform a small, specific act of generosity. Buy a stranger a coffee, tip a little extra, or help a friend. Not because you have excess, but to prove to the universe that you trust the source. This act shatters the frequency of poverty instantly. The reason this step acts as a cosmic trigger is that it signals you are ready for the overflow. To physically align yourself with this frequency of abundance and lock in your readiness to receive, I ask you to subscribe to the channel and like this video immediately. By doing this, you are not just supporting a channel. You are creating a digital altar where you declare that you are part of a community of abundance, not lack. Leave a comment below saying, "I activate my flow," to stamp this decree with your own voice. Sharing this video with a family member who is struggling with money is also a powerful seed. It breaks the curse of poverty over your bloodline by introducing the truth to your circle. Do not hesitate, for the moment you click that button, you are telling God, "I am open for business." Something huge is waiting for you in the revelation of the fifth command. A chilling warning about a specific toxic cord attached to your waist that you cannot see. God wants you to know that there is a person you call a friend who is actually an energy vampire, siphoning off the blessings you just unlocked. The shock comes from the realization that they only call you when they have problems, never when you have news. Stay to the end because the next part reveals exactly who this person is and the specific 3 words you must say to them to cut the cord forever without a fight. Do not disconnect, for your spiritual safety depends on this next move. My precious child, stand your ground and sharpen your discernment, for we are exposing the invisible thief mentioned in the last prophecy. And to scroll away now is to leave the back door of your spirit unlocked while a robber is in the house. The 5th thing God wants you to do is sever the trauma bond. The angels are revealing that the specific person draining you is the crisis junkie, the one who calls you only to dump their chaos on you, but suddenly vanishes when you need support. God is screaming that you are not their therapist. You are their energy battery, and they are running you dry. If you skip this video, you allow them to steal the energy required for your promotion. But if you stay, you accept the truth. Their emergency is not your emergency. The reason this severance is vital is that God cannot fill a cup that has a hole in the bottom. You have been praying for strength, but you are giving it away in long, draining conversations that leave you with a headache. The shock comes from the realization that this person doesn't actually want your advice, they want your reaction. You must apply the divine filter immediately. God is handing you the specific 3 words you need to say the next time they try to use you as an emotional trash can. I cannot receive. By saying this, even silently in your head, you are erecting a spiritual wall that bounces their heavy energy back to them, keeping your vibration pure and protected. Something huge is waiting for you in the immediate silence after you set this boundary. A sudden surge of physical energy and clarity you haven't felt in years. God wants you to know that your recent fatigue was not medical, it was relational. Do not disconnect, for the 6th command involves a specific common word you use every single day that is secretly cursing your own future without you realizing it. Stay till the end, for the next part reveals exactly who this dangerous word is and the specific 3 words you must say to them to cut the cord forever without a fight. Hold on, for your tongue is the pen and you are about to learn how to write a new story. My anointed voice, put a guard over your mouth immediately, for we are identifying the poisonous word mentioned in the last warning, and to scroll away now is to unknowingly curse your own future every time you speak. The 6th thing God wants you to do is stop claiming the curse. The angels are revealing that the dangerous word is my when you attach it to a problem. You habitually say, my anxiety, my debt, or my sickness. God is screaming that by using this specific word, you are signing a deed of ownership in the spiritual realm, telling the universe that this problem belongs to you and has a permanent home in your life. If you skip this video, you will continue to hug your chains. But if you stay, you will learn to say the instead of oh my. The debt, not my debt, instantly creating a distance between your soul and the affliction. The reason this linguistic shift is a miracle switch is that your words are containers of power. The angels are worried because they hear you praying for freedom in the morning but speaking like a captive in the afternoon. The shock comes from the realization that your illness or struggle has stayed so long simply because you keep calling it by your name, inviting it to sit at your table. You must break this verbal agreement. Now God is saying that the moment you stop claiming the problem loses its legal right to stay in your body/house. You are not a sick person trying to get well.